Hi, Steve Michelle Birdsong, Eve, Earth's first mother, daughter of the sun. On part 3, I was telling you about my daughter Robin Birdsong, who I cultivated to be a role model for the little girl, Wanda Faye, who wouldn't let me play because she said I thought I was better than her. I was 9 years old, and I didn't know what she was talking about. And then I realized we didn't look alike. She was brown, I was yellow. She had short hair, I had long hair. I was friendly, she was hostile. So I realized she thought I was better than her. I didn't think I was better than her. I didn't think anybody was better than anybody else. I didn't realize there are good people and there are evil people. There are some people who are better than other people. The ones who love are better than the ones who hate. And they have better lives, generally speaking. But anyway, so I was so traumatized by my inability to be accepted by the neighborhood kids, namely Wanda Faye, that I set out to prove to her that she was just as good as I was. Because I was reading her energy, not her words, not her body. I was reading the content of her character. As I'm an empath, and that's what I do. So when I grew up, I married a brown-skinned guy so I could have a brown-skinned daughter and show Wanda Faye that a brown-skinned daughter, a brown-skinned person, a brown-skinned little girl can have just as much fun, can be just as successful as a light-skinned little girl. And so I cultivated my daughter Robin Michelle. I was so happy when she was born. And I cultivated her. I breastfed her till she was 16 months old. Then I put her on the best diet in the world, a lacto-vegetarian diet. No meat, no fish, no eggs, and nothing containing their essence. And then I took her to see God, Jesus Christ, Gorinda Singh Dillon. That's the form he's in now. Every Sunday we went to see him. And what else? I gave her violin lessons starting at age 5 years old. And I sent her to the Fresh Air Fund. She and her brother sing birdsong. They sing birdsong. Started violin lessons at age 9. And he also went to the Fresh Air Fund, which was a organization that let city children, because we lived in New York City, let city children experience country life for a few weeks. I think it was 6 weeks, a year. And they saw real food growing out of real ground, and no GMO, no genetic modifying, just naturalness. And they saw cows and chickens, and they saw nature. They saw reality, first principles. And what else? And Robin went to Beijing, China, when she was 9 years old, having made an impression on the Dalai Lama and Satchidananda, the spiritual leaders, and including Dr. Gerald Jampolsky, who is to travel with Mother Teresa, who was at this Cathedral Church of St. John the Divine, where Robin was giving a speech. Little 9-year-old Robin was giving a speech she had written about world peace for a peace summit. So Dr. Jampolsky was so impressed because the spiritual leaders and the UN diplomats were so impressed with Robin that he wanted to take her to China and to Central America as a member of his Children as Teachers of Peace organization. So we let her go, and she had that experience. She climbed the Great Wall. She met a friend and exchanged photographs with her. She went to Nicaragua and asked Daniel Ortega, the leader, a question that was broadcast on radio. I mean, these are amazing experiences, but this is to show Wanda Faye. A little brown girl can have amazing experiences, too. Then when she got back to the States, she took some tests, IQ tests and other tests, to qualify her to be a member of Prep for Prep, which was an exclusive educational consulting program that tutored smart and gifted brown minority students to put them in private school. So Robin, unlike most of the people, passed the test. Most of the people who applied did not pass the test. It was rare because they only had so few spots. But she did pass the test, and she did pass the tutoring and graduated from Prep for Prep, and they placed her in private school. We chose Grace Church School, downtown Manhattan, and actually I think it's near the West Village in Manhattan. It's on 11th Street, I think, as I recall. And it was an excellent, exclusive private school, and she graduated from Grace Church, 8th grade, and went to Friends Seminary. And she had an excellent education there as well. It's a Quaker school. Grace Church is a high-end Episcopalian school. And so at Friends Seminary, she had lots of friends, and she learned Latin and French, and she's learned the same things at Grace Church also, just more advanced high school levels of friends. And she started a film club, and Singh was the star, the rock star there, where Singh, her brother. He got into an exclusive program for minority students called ABC, A Better Chance. And so he also went to Friends Seminary. He got in Friends Seminary. They were doing mostly boarding schools, but Friends Seminary wanted him. And Ann Sullivan said they loved his name. They had to have a Sing Bird song. And then Melanie, Singing Robin's younger sister, who had been A1 in the Garden of Eden, passed the test as a little kid, very young kid, for early steps. And they put her in Friends Seminary. And so she got a good education, too. And this is Eve, and this is Adam. His name is Michael Bublé. Her name is Michelle Birdsong. And these were the parents in the Garden of Eden. Robin, Michelle, was Azura. She was the youngest child in the Garden of Eden. And her brother, Seth, was the third and perfect son of Adam and Eve. And they married. Okay, so that's how that happened. So, have I told you that? Oh, what I wanted to tell you was when I was in the homeless shelter next door in San Francisco, there was a girl there who had been a prostitute. Her father trained her that way. He told her when she was a child she was going to grow up and be a prostitute. And then she also was a thief. She used to steal $250 worth of goods from Walgreens every day, and I guess she'd sell them. And so anyway, one day I showed her a picture of Robin. And Robin was wearing, I'll never forget, a beautiful, elegant, simple gray dress with a string of pearls. And she had a lovely smile. And so this girl said, "That's it. I want to be that. I want to be her." So I realized I had succeeded. I had given Wanda Faye the role model, the perfect role model. I had given Wanda Faye and other brown girls the perfect role model when in cultivating Robin, Michelle. And I was giving, that was my gift. Robin is my gift to the world. And Robin and I have been doing talk and share therapy for 25 years or more. And talk and share therapy is God's gift to the world. Because he said the world is mad. and talking share therapy is a cure for madness. Okay, so did I make my point? I think I made my point, right? Robin has been cultivated, and she is now qualified to be First Lady of the United States. And Will Smith, who had been John Hancock, and St. Thomas Aquinas, and St. Thomas, Christ's disciple, and Cicero, the orator, and Elijah, the prophet, is qualified to be the United States President. Alright, so that's the end of this video. And I hope you've enjoyed these talk and share sessions. Most of them I did with Mary Panama. She did a lot of listening. She promised to come back next week so we can do more talk and share videos for you. So long. And this is a card from Robin to me. Isn't it beautiful? So she signed it. Lots of love, Mom, and all that. Merry Christmas. And a little face. She used to be Dr. Seuss. Okay. And Melanie was Vincent Van Gogh. Vincent Van Gogh, the painter, the genius, mentally tortured because of poverty, genius painter. And she was the remarkably courageous explorer Christopher Columbus, who did 4 voyages across a treacherous sea to establish a trade route for Europeans, Spain in particular. And she was St. Patrick, patron saint of the poor. Her son here, Lou, was Dr. Martin Luther King, and poet princess Mirabai, whose master was a cobbler, and her rich parents wanted her to get rid of him, but he didn't believe in discrimination against the poor because the master was a good person. And this is her daughter, Melanie's daughter, Ostara Gloria, who was Saint Kabir, and Robin was the lost guru of Radhaswami history, the master of Saint Kabir. And she was also, Ostara Gloria was Chief Sitting Bull and Hiawatha. Timothy Birdsong was a peacemaker. Peacemaker and Hiawatha united 5 warring tribes into the Iroquois nation. So they worked together there. Okay, I don't see her other children. Here they are. These are Melanie's other children. Jindara Michelle, who was Eve's mother, and she was the same Baba Jamal Singh, who was Gurinder Singh Dhillon's projection, and she was Supreme Commander Dwight David Eisenhower, Gurinder Singh's projection. And she was Shirley Temple and Uncle Sam, and this season, Christmas season, she was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Her name is Jindara Michelle. And beside her is her brother, Seth Wen Ranziger, who was Mr. Rogers, who was Swamiji, the founder of, not the founder, but the one who meditated 17 years to purify the Dara in India for spiritual achievement and lessons. And he was Alexander Graham Bell, and he was and is a projection of Josh Groban, the singer. Okay, so is that everybody? And there's a picture of my father, the Son, and his Son, Jesus Christ. They both put babies inside my womb, and I'm thrilled because I'm a mother, and I love babies. I know, and God created me to be soft and fleshy, not skin and bony and hard, so as to have warmth for the infants. Okay, so this is what I've been doing, is showing you the power of now, mainstreaming clues to you. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to pray. It strengthens your will. The Muslims pray 5 times a day. And they're running all over people. They were the dinosaurs. And they're walking all over people and stepping up on people as they try to take over the world. So if they do that, praying 5 times a day, think what we good people can do praying 6 times a day. Right? Okay, so long.